And someone selling this product online actually had the audacity to say, get your confidence back with one use of our treatment. Certain experiences have inspired my journey as a beautician and a wellness practitioner. And meeting with a particular woman in 2020 changed my perception of beauty to see it from God's perspective. I remember one time I was at the hair salon and I came outside, I needed some air. So I came out to the gate and I was standing on the street and I looked, and by the right side of the fence, I saw a mad woman right by the fence, and she looked like she was reading her Bible. So I walked up to her, made an introduction, and she was very pretty, of course, but she was mad. But I didn't see her as mad because something in me knew that when God looks down at us, He doesn't see us based on our conditions. All He sees are His children. Every one of them He loves equally and dearly. Whether normal or mentally challenged, He loves us. I saw her as beautiful but needed cleaning up. She came in, she took a shower, got some change of clothes. The minute she realized she was in the hair salon, she decided she was going to show me her hair products. She had her black soap, she had her comb, her shea butter, and she had very beautiful hair underneath her scarf. And I decided to wash her hair and twist it. And I was glad that I could do that for her, though she was mentally challenged. Taking care of herself and her hair was important to her. She was able to attract that level of care and love from me, not only because I saw beauty different, but because she had acted out her worthiness. She was confident, she didn't behave like or in a manner that would make you feel like she thought less of herself. She had really cute braids that she had done by herself, and she threaded the tips of her hair with some African threading method. She said she does her hair herself. She washes her hair every week, so she likes to do it in those flats so that she can easily wash her hair. And a thought hit me. A mad woman loved herself enough to think that she was worthy of cleaning and washing her hair. Hair care is self-care, and self-care is an act of love for yourself. You can't keep saying you love yourself and not put yourself on the list of people to love and care for. Beauty is love. Beauty routines as minimal as just washing your hair weekly can have an effect on how you feel. The effect of clean scalp on your mood without the extra irritation of having to itch can't be overemphasized. More African women need to learn to not see taking care of themselves or their hair and skin as stressful or time consuming. See it as a way to show yourself the love that no one else can truly show you. Yes, it's not beautiful. Yes, there are so many issues with your hair and your skin. No edges, no this, no that. But all it takes really, actually, is commitment to loving oneself for you to see any real changes. My name is Chinyere Ihatu. I am the founder and the creative director of the Olive Tree Wellness Place. Olive Tree started off in 2015 with the mission to help as many African women as possible off the weave dependency syndrome. I personally grew up not having to use weaves on my hair because I had psoriasis at an early age. Nobody knew how to solve the problem. I went to dermatologists and several salons. One time I even had my hair washed with bleach and detergent at the salon because they said that that was the right treatment that I needed. Of course, my scalp got burned and my scalp condition became my personal problem. And starting up my hair clinic in 2015 as an engineering undergrad was me basically trying to solve my problem. And at some point in my practice, I realized that major reason Black women are always trying to use extensions and weaves to hide their hair, like I was doing, instead of wearing their hair out, was because they had either had hair or scalp issues, and the hair that they had underneath wasn't healthy. As an individual and as a professional, I just really want to help to show more women how I was able to overcome my self-esteem issues by just taking care of my hair and skin. The weave dependency syndrome is something that has plagued African women because we're not in touch with ourselves and we do not love ourselves unconditionally. The beauty industry in Africa, especially the hair industry, has often been described as a $1 billion industry. And this is a fact because African women love to look good and we love our extensions and weaves. The beauty industry is saturated mostly with products and things created to mask up what isn't good enough. What we tell ourselves we do not like, we do not want others to see, so we have to hide. We go from being a space where we are being taught to love who we are as children to this place where we are being cultured to believe that we're not good enough and we should hide it from the next person. To never be or show your true self, your hair, your skin without makeup. We're so busy trying to avoid public judgment, and it's ridiculously predominant in Africa. Globally, beauty is pivoting in a direction where beauty is no longer selfish, superficial, or unoriginal. I find that what the media has done to the beauty industry so far is to teach young men and women that we need to take something that is external and attach it to our bodies so that we can be accepted by others, making beauty standards so superficial. We take things that are external, unoriginal, superficial, nothing that actually improves the beauty within us, but change what we have and call that beautiful. Plato said, beauty is the expression of all things greatest and highest in the universe. No one would describe beauty like this if beauty were merely superficial. Our focus with beauty should be more on finding ways to improve how we feel on the inside. A black woman's identity is inextricably linked to how she feels about her hair and her skin. Most of what we have in the hair or in the beauty space, especially in Africa, are beauty or hair brands that market beauty products to the African women from a place of what we lack, of not enoughness. And we're buying it. We have beauty brands constantly telling us that we're not enough. Instead of building up our image of who we are and our self esteem as black women, we are being taught to straighten our hair, perm our hair, use extensions and weaves, almost always attaching beauty to something that is outside of the woman and never something inside of her or pre existing. I'd always like to relate beauty to love. Beauty is love for me, and love is beautiful. Beauty is deeper than the superficial and external. Beauty is love. If I was going to categorize my experience and my journey to discovering beauty as an individual and as a hairstylist, I put into four levels: self acceptance, self awareness, self care, and self love. Growing up, I didn't love myself, but not because I was taught not to love myself, but because in my private moments when I was alone, I didn't feel beautiful enough. And it's crazy because I look at myself today and I just go, oh my God, you're so beautiful. And I wonder why I never discovered how beautiful I was. Why did it take me so long? It was an absolute struggle. It was so hard accepting myself. After learning to accept myself, I became self aware, but not in a way where I cared what everyone thought about me, but more about what I was thinking about myself. I had gone from not knowing I was beautiful and not loving who I was to now finally discovering that I was beautiful, and it was beyond my hair and it was beyond my skin. It was in my heart. It was hidden, but it was in my heart. I became very aware of who I was as a woman, as a girl, and I just started to want to take care of myself. And my journey, I dedicated time to becoming to fully accepting myself, and it allowed me to become very aware of my mental state, my thoughts. My thoughts had to represent beauty. My thoughts about other people, my thoughts about life, my thoughts about the environment had to represent beauty. Beauty had to go from what I was seeing to what I was thinking, and then graduated to how I was acting out beauty. And that was when I felt love. Self love for me is not selfish or self seeking. Self love is about giving and basically keeping your mind in a state where you can give that same quality of love to yourself, to everyone that comes around you, everyone that you meet. You can't love your neighbor if you don't love yourself. The reason why we don't see love in the world is because some people are still struggling with what they see in the mirror, and truly falling in love with that person is a problem. Toxic beauty, the gospel of self hate, is what I would refer to as any form of beauty methods, processes, or products that condemns what the creator terms beautiful, that hides the flaws that make us unique and tell us that those flaws will make us less, that sees the need to fix everything that is wrong about us. Women are now taking in fluids intravenously because the side effects will make you lighter or have glowy skin. And someone selling this product online actually had the audacity to say, get your confidence back with one use of our treatment. Men right now use steroids to build muscular mass, aka toxic muscularity. Both men and women, no one is considering the health implications of this treatment as we age. We're literally killing off an entire generation with toxic quick fixes. No one is learning beauty with the point of view from patience and discipline. It took Esther 1 year of beauty routines to get to a point where she was fit to meet the king. But we want to be able to pop pills and get immediate results. We can never actually see the beauty around us or within us because we're so focused on trying to fix what is wrong with us, so much that we don't even see what is beautiful about our flaws. Some of the things that we try to change are the things that actually make us absolutely unique. And that was what piqued my interest with African hair, because everybody's curl pattern was always different. There was no client who had the same texture as the other client that I met the day before. I've touched thousands of textures. I've met thousands of women with different personalities. And I've seen things that absolutely make us unique and beautiful. And for me, that in itself was an experience. I really want to be able to change this toxic standard of beauty. And my vision is to see a new standard of beauty that teaches beauty and teaches us to see the beauty around and within us through a culture of love. L, love. O, oneness. V, value addition. And E, express true beauty.